What's going on, people? Party people. Come get funky. That was from... What's that damn group, man? I forget. Soul Sonic Force. Hey, people, how you doing? This is the Black Raspberry Show. Black Raspberry Radio Show on S.STREET Media. And it will be on live365.com. Y'all better go tune into that damn show at 1 o'clock every goddamn day. Hey, como esta, Senorita Jackie Amaro? I have her back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm fine. How is everybody doing in the room?
How was your week?
Here, happy to be in street media again.
Yes, again. How the weather? The weather was pretty good here in New York City, people. And it rained and cooled it down. You know, I love the heat. The women was half naked out there today, as I was told. I love that part. Any case, we want to jump into on a serious note. I don't want to be so sexualized, but stop sexualizing our children in school.
Yes, that's one of the biggest problems right now in the world.
My granddaughter has come home on occasions, you know, when I ask questions, we're supposed to ask those youngins those questions, and she says that a girl liked her. Like, it's just crazy today that it's so openly, you know, I'm for the human race, but it's just that this thing here, I don't know if y'all trying to depopulize race. I don't know, like, what you think it is? Like, what is it with this sexual thing? Being that maybe sexuality was so hindered. Like, what is it?
Just like you said, they're trying to depopulate people. You know, like, it's like in one side they are praising the abortion, and on the other side they are sexualizing our kids. So what we gonna have in the future? We're not gonna have no kids. You know.
You know what's crazy when I hear people talking about how food, the GMO of food is not real. Sometimes you go online, you see people putting lemon juice on a chicken. The chicken turn into shreds and pieces. I think somewhere there's a puppet master, a Thanos puppet master, someone that's out there that has a belief, the eugenics people, that you can't have too many human beings. Like, how many you have chicken stores on every block. Especially in the urban community, you got Kentucky Fried Chicken, that chicken, that chicken, that chicken. Like, I think that. Do you think that we have run out of resources? Like, they got all kinds of agendas to. Oh man, how can I say? Like I said, the depopulation of things. Like, you gotta have an agenda, something to slow things down. Do you think that might be the case with sexualizing, having man on man and girl on girl? Like, that helps depopulize the human race as a whole. We ain't gonna even point out saying that it's just one race. It's just,
yes, there are. It's because by the way, I follow Gays Against Groomers, because we do have gay people and trans that are for the kids, that are trying to fight for the kids. So I'm, like I said before, it's all an agenda for people to just fight each other.
right.
Like what about the meat? Like you said, I was working for the meat department at one point. I was working for Pathmark store. I was a meat wrapper, and I remember that the butcher was one of the oldest men that cut the meat. You know, and as soon as that. I was working, and then all of a sudden he was like, we got to put the meat together in the shelves. So as I'm going to him, he's looking at the meat, and he looking at the patties, and they came in, and the patties were already done, made. Right. So he slammed it against the shelf, and I was like, what's going on? Because I didn't understand, you know, I was just there meat wrapping, and he was like, they're trying to take your job. Right. So that's when I was thinking, like, why he would say that? And he was like, if the meat comes like that, it's going to not be good because it has chemicals in it, and it travels from one state to another. You don't know how many days is there in the truck while they are like actually making.
So they kind of like colorize meat to make it look like it's staying fresh.
It looks very fresh, but it has chemicals, and that's exactly why right now a lot of people are getting sick or have cancer, or because the things that it has, like the meat, like the butcher told me that it was chemicals there that create cancer that they can make.
Do you think that they make? You need to feed people because the world is getting so populated. It's like, yo, how many damn chickens can you kill? That's why I think so many chemicals to maybe blow them up, make them big. Because those BBQ wings, is big, real big.
Yeah,
they're real big. And they have all kinds of hormones and chemicals, and then you got places like Whole Food that says that, you know what, we don't have chemicals in our food. So I say it boils down to a capitalist thing, a money going thing. Let me jump on this right here. The New York City budget is been proposed at $110 billion, and that's just for a city. That's not even the whole United States, a quarter of the United States. This is just one city at 110, and they said that income tax is going to go up and sales tax.
I hope so.
Why? Why would you want taxes to go up?
I mean, income taxes, the refund?
No. I'm not talking about your income tax coming up. I'm talking about the income tax is what you make on your, like when they break it down, your federal income tax, your state income tax, and your city income tax. And the crazy thing about the state of New York, in New York City, we get hit with a city tax and a state tax. So it's like, it's a double whammy. It's like, yo, it's too much taxes. That's just going on. That's not right.
That's what I was telling you, that this is because they need to fund the people that are coming to this country, and they keep entering and entering and entering. So when is it gonna stop? The whole agenda is for the poor to get poorer and the richer to get rich. Yeah, that's the whole agenda. Depopulate, like we were saying, kids liking their same sex, and in another place, somebody else praising abortion. Right. So it's like, okay, I say one thing: if you don't want kids, then wear a condom. Right. There's protection out there. There's protection for women and men. You don't have to just put the men on. If you don't want to get pregnant, put the man on too. Put the woman condom on too.
It was something else that you mentioned. Let's jump. Black security guards. Some of you black security guards, and even some of you black cops, y'all you use too much damn force.
Yes.
Elaborate a little bit.
They use a lot of force. The reason why I say that is because I get so upset at these stores and companies and people that hire people that are coming into this country so easily, but they don't hire my people to be doctors. They don't hire my people to be on position. Like every time I go, it's always somebody else from another country. And it's nothing about races, because we only got one race, which is the human race. Right. I always say that. Right. But one thing is that I get angry because black men are strong, and I feel like they have gotten so weak these days.
Do you say emotional?
Emotionally, like everything hurts them. Everything is not race. Nothing is race. If we were to stand together to fight for something that is worth it, then I understand. But if it's not worth it, why get so upset, so angry? Listen, they hire you for security because they know that you're going to get them. Right. But they don't hire you to be a doctor. Right. And then in school, they try to like put you down, like calling your mom, saying that this and that or whatever about you to your mother, and then they drop out of school. They leave. Last time I heard 45% of the kids were out of school. Right. So what is that doing to our young kids? What is our future? Nothing. And then the only thing that the black men can do is get mad. And when they get mad, you're going to see it coming. Right. Because they're strong.
And that leads to
and that's what I'm saying. Stop letting the city use you or anybody else because they got them in the supermarket. Like my friend is black and she tried to get a job on the register.
Right.
And she filled up 2 applications and gave it to Food Bazaar. And they did not hire her.
Right.
They did not hire her. But I go in there and there's Dominicans, there's Guatemalteco, there's from everywhere except
for
the black one is right there at the door.
Right.
And one day I remember that I was coming out. I was driving through, and the guy was like, "What are you? Did you see the guy taking the stuff?" He's telling the person, "Did you see the guy taking the stuff?" And he was like, "No, but just check them." And he was like, "No, I'm not doing that." And he had dress. He was black. He had dress. He was like, "I'm not doing that. If you didn't see him, I'm not going to touch him. That's not my job.
Right.
You got to make sure that person has the item." So he did it completely right. But there's others that actually like literally just pull them to the side, and then the person gets mad, and then they start fighting.
Could you tell we were talking about your experience with someone that was very ignorant that you got into confrontation with?
Well, this got a lot to do with the medical attention.
Right.
The hospitals and medical attention. I went to the hospital and I like kind of dress big and I like to wear my pants big, my jacket big, because I do Uber and DoorDash and I'm like freezing outside.
Right.
I wear everything big that I look like a man. Some people thought that I was a man while I was driving.
Right.
So I got hurt and I went to the hospital and there was 3 security guards and I was walking to the back, and the guy just took my pressure, my temperature, and my weight, and he was like, "Go to triage." When I went to go to the back, I forgot my keys. I turned back, and I don't see my keys, so I'm looking for my keys. And then he sees my bag of Uber, and he was like, "Why you got that big bag?" And then I kept on walking because first, the security guard's not supposed to make any contact with you unless you disrespect the nurse or the doctor.
Right.
Or if you are going crazy.
Right.
So I kept on going, and then one of the other ones said, "I wouldn't eat that." So I turned around and I said, "I didn't ask you to eat this," you know. So I kept on walking, and he got very, very upset because I'm like, "Can you please open the door for me to go inside?" And he was like, "Why are you so mad?" Like trying to get me more mad. And everybody got this. Bipolar. Everybody is bipolar. Don't tell me that you don't have bipolar in you. I got very upset because I knew what he was
insinuating.
Yes. So I was like, "Open the door, please." And then he went all the way to the back, followed me, and took me out of me getting the services. I got broken ligaments. I had to go to another clinic to get taken care of. He threw me out. Fine. I go to the other clinic. This one slammed me against the floor. He slammed me against the floor and literally like, because I'm claiming, why is it that y'all charging my Medicaid and not taking care of me properly?
Right.
If you're giving me medication for headache, why and why my paper says that I don't get no headaches, that I don't got no headache, I don't have no problems with my head.
But you're charging me for it.
But you're charging me for my Medicaid. And then you give me glasses, but in the paper say I'm not blind, but you gave me glasses. So that was my argument with the doctor, and he kicked me out.
Right.
And and when he kicked me out, the security comes and says, "Get out." And he used force on me, in which I told him, "It's not your mom's health or your wife's health." And he turned around and he slammed me on the floor. And
but
it was crazy.
You did take
and he took my shirt off.
Right.
And I kept on talking about what no, stop it. He couldn't take me out because I was very very fast. He couldn't take me out. He was a big security guard too.
Right.
But he couldn't take me out. But I was like, stop it. And he left me on my bras. And I kept on talking. Now in the papers it states that I was the one that was aggressive.
Right.
But
you have the video of that.
I got the video.
And that's a good thing that you have that.
The only thing is that I don't want to post things like that because it's like, come on, man, black brothers, wake the hell up. Stop getting used by these people. They only hire you for your muscle. For your strength because you're strong.
Not your brain.
But right now you're weak to me because you're not thinking right. You're only hurting this people. Getting paid for what? To hurt your people? This is crazy.
Another subject. People not taking care. I added not people not taking care of the elderly. I've known people, and I've heard of a story recently where the kids will not help clean their mother's ass. And it's like, how you dare not clean your mother's ass when your mama cleaned your ass when you was a kid. And that shit and that piss can give you bed sores as a child, and you do not return the favor of cleaning your elder. You are a man once and a child twice. When my grandmother died in the house, my sisters cleaned grandma up. They said, Grandma, you ain't leaving out of here like that. All the blood, all the feces, all the piss, because when you die, everything falls out. Clean my grandmother right before they even put my grandmother in that body back. Like, Grandma, you're not leaving out of here like that. And, you know, people, y'all need to have some damn respect. Would you like to add a little bit onto that?
I got a lot to say about that. I was a hospice home health day.
Okay.
And it was people that were dying in their home, you know, and all of my everything was good. Like the family and I were very close, you know, the last days in the bed. The only thing I left that job because the last person that died, I cried, but she has already perished.
Right.
And I was crying, and the lady told me, "Why is you crying? You cannot cry. That's the trick. You can't have feelings for the people for
that kind of job." I guess she was saying.
So that means that's why the hospitals don't treat people right,
right?
Because you are putting people that don't have heart or cry,
right,
and to take care of these people. Like most of these people don't care.
Mm-hmm. They only care about us receiving the money. Let's jump. I want to jump to, we was talking about the app, DoorDash.
Oh, the link that came out. I am so upset because
you had mentioned that like DoorDash and Uber, they're more or less hiring the immigrants that's coming in and not the people that's here.
Actually, I'm not worrying about people that are immigrants being hired. I'm worried about the illegal ones.
Right.
Because we have people that rape.
Right.
People that kill. Right. We don't know who these people are using my people's identity. So it is a problem. I spoke about it yesterday. I talked to the representative, and she completely ignored what I'm saying. And I say, why don't we just get into some conversation in which we can actually have at least 25 hours for the person that is there? I mean, give them 5 hours a day. Something got to be done, because 1 hour to nothing because I spoke to her. Now I get nothing.
Was it always like, I had thought that when you do the delivery thing, it was more or less on commission. Like now it's hourly wage now doing this?
Hourly, you plan your time that you're going into work.
Right.
And you have to work those hours that you plan.
Right.
But I can't plan none. They took me out. Like, it's like completely, I got the app trying to get hours and I can't get hours. And when I look at a person that is next to me, that just came here, they got 54 hours.
That's
they
crazy.
making $5,000, $3,000, and I only made $8 one day and $34 the next day. I got out.
Right.
I got out. I just got the
I mean, but did you voice this complaint to Uber, or to?
I have voiced it before the link came out of the Republicans fighting.
Right, for it.
Because they sent a letter to Uber, DoorDash, and Grubhub stating that they have a problem with, we want to know if these people are like actually, because there's a lot of immigrants in the app.
Right.
And then I'm not worrying about the immigrants. I'm worried about the illegal one. Even the immigrants that are here from other countries that were already in the app are actually calling. The lady told me they all calling and they complaining. Of course, why don't you be fair with everybody?
Right.
Give us all hours. Okay, if I had 8 hours and you're putting somebody else and they need 8 hours like me, then break it down. Don't give everything to them. And then we the ones that pay bills. We have to pay bills. We have to pay phone. We have to pay everything while you guys is living in the shelters free. And then you're getting, on top of that, you're getting money from the government. So you're getting rich, and we're getting poor.
And that goes back to higher taxes on the people. So when you do go out and take your lady out, and you look at that bill, you're gonna see an extra. What I think is 8.95. You're gonna see an extra, maybe 11%, 11 cents on the dollar tax.
I went to the restaurant the other day, and I paid $50 for 2 plates. So that's $25 for my drink and my rice,
right?
And my friend's drink and rice, and then plus the tip, because you know I'm gonna tip the guy. He did a great job, so I gave him
it's like how
$62.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what? $60 something, $62 something.
Inflation
like
is a mother effer. Buildings being erected. The other night, Brother Math showcase, he had it over there in Brownsville, and I stepped out, to get back in the car, and I turned around. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm on Christopher. I'm up the block from Glenmore Projects. I'm up the block from Howard Projects, but I'm looking at this beautiful building. It's like I'm not hating on beautiful buildings, because most of these lots had pissy mattresses, dead bodies, bricks, and bottles. But my thing was, how did y'all just pull out your ink pen just like that, right into law, build buildings? And it's like, wait a minute, I had a fucked up childhood. I played on dirty mattresses. It was some of the best times in my life. Don't get it fucked up. Playing in them lots. Having bottle fights. I think having a bottle fight and a rock fight is some dysfunctional shit, where that's some abnormal shit where it becomes norm. When abnormal shit becomes norm, and that was some abnormal shit to do. Having a rock fight. How the fuck you having a rock fight, a bottle fight, and jumping on pissy mattresses and hope that you didn't get locked into them damn refrigerators and them lots back in them days?
Yo,
it was some crazy times. And that's why I say the kids that came out of the 80s and the 90s in any part of the United States, we some strong people. I just want to jump on that.
Yeah, the building, the going down troop from the projects, Tompkins projects.
Yeah.
And Park Avenue,
right.
Those are projects. They got a big building that look like a diamond there. It's a big building, diamond, beautiful building. It has pools.
They bought those parking lots. There's some parking lots.
I'm telling you, but it's right next to the projects. Why would you do that? And you don't have money for the projects to get fixed.
See?
You don't have the buses done in the projects. You don't have windows. All this stuff going on in the projects falling apart. And I got videos of that. I was documenting that while on COVID, because I was so sad about the elders, like I said, and some people want you to take their food upstairs because their moms can't go down, or the kids are home and they don't want them to walk down the stairs or whatever. And the buses weren't working, but they got brand new buildings coming up.
Like, do you think that it's trying to phase people out? Like, you can't. Like,
no,
how do you build a brand new, you know what I'm saying, a 40 or 50, 70, 80, 90, $100 million building right smack and dead in the middle of the projects like that?
Perfect
like
example.
You said that when
my crib,
it's falling apart. Right.
My building was bought.
Right.
Somebody bought that building and disappeared everybody's Section 8.
So now what happens with the rent now?
I got my Section 8 back because I had to, because I can't work after this incident that happened with my leg.
Right.
So I got my Section 8 back. I fought with Kamba lawyers.
Right.
Kamba lawyers helped me because the city lawyers,
oh God,
they're not going to do nothing. But Kamba lawyers actually.
Campbell get a lot. I want to say Campbell, y'all get a lot of money. Go ahead. Yeah, you get a lot of money. They run a lot of shelters too.
They on the 9th floor. They actually help the people more than a city lawyer that you get yourself.
Right.
So if you qualify, if you're low income or whatever, you go to the 9th floor on Livingston.
Right.
You go to the 9th floor on Livingston, and that's where you see the Kamba lawyers, and they'll go by your budget. They see and they say, okay, you qualify. We're gonna fight your case. That's what they did with me.
Wow, God bless them. God bless them for that.
But my lawyer, the one that has my case, he spoke to the Kamba lawyer and told them that It was another name on the paper.
Right.
You see how they try to take me to court, and the person that owns the building is not the same name that took me to court, so they had to
sell the building.
I won the case.
Okay, they had to throw it out. Wow, and it's crazy because I know housing court was backed up, so it wasn't backed up when you got there. Was it backed up? Did the case last long, or was it quick? 2 years.
It's just no. They were like constantly say, "Come back, come back."
Okay. That.
I mean, I'm telling you, they trying to buy everything. That's why I tell you, man, don't get rid of your house.
Yeah. Mama, you heard that, right? Don't get rid of the house. It was a hot day in New York, and Sister Jackie said that. I said, was the women half naked? She said that she's seen a couple. I see that you have on your sheet, women respect yourself.
Yes. If you want men to literally treat you good, that's one thing about the Muslims that I say, yo, listen to me. They cover their wife. You cannot see their hair. You cannot OD, like hands and everything.
Right.
So me, I always been like that. I always been like a tomboy because I don't like men staring at me. I kind of like respect.
Why? Not to cut you off, sister. Like, why do women? And I have gone to a Baptist church. Why do women go into the church with looking like they're going to the club? Like I seen it when I seen it yesterday. And I'm like, yo, how you can't even walk in them high heel shoes that you have on. They were platformed, they were high, her dress was high, and she could barely walk. I'm like, listen, that is not no way to serve the universe.
It's okay if you are visit.
Come as you are, as they say, right?
And you don't know the Lord. But if you know that your mommy is telling you, come on, let's go to church, and you know how your mommy dress,
right,
then you should respect yourself and like literally come. But if you like don't know the Lord, then it's understandable, you know, because you're just walking in and come as you are, you know. But you're not gonna continue listening and coming with tight skirt on. The brother can't even preach. He's looking at you. He's preaching about you. He ain't preaching about God. No.
Right quick in hip hop news, I just want to flash this up to the screen right quick. I call it These Two Motherfuckers. This segment of These Two Motherfuckers here, Suge Knight and Puff Daddy. This picture was taken, I think, around the time when Ready to Die came out. Because believe it or not, Suge Knight let Puff Daddy sample. If you're a Biggie Smalls fan and you was around that time when Snoop Dogg dropped Doggy Style, you know that there's some samples from The Chronic and Doggy Style. And Suge Knight gave it to Puff Daddy for free. But what I want to say is the guy Keefy D, the one that was in the car the night that Tupac got killed, his lawyer said that he will be subpoena. He's gonna send out a subpoena for Suge Knight and Puff Daddy to appear to the court. And it's like, damn, the world just we tired of y'all too. I'm getting tired of Suge Knight now, like, and that's my man. That's enough of the music break there. The human race. In closing, as we going on out,
I'm just.
What about the human race? What? I think let me jump in and you come. It says only human race. There is only one race. We are all children of the Most High.
Yes.
Rather you strayed away and went up into the Caucasus Mountains and went into a colder climate. And the structure of your nose changed. It's thinning out because you had to adjust to the colder air up there in the Netherlands and in the caves. Yeah. That's just, just what happened. Or your nose remained wider by the equator because it was so hot that you needed air to go up your nose. Eugenics and what was that? Darwin, all that stuff that plays in there. What do you have to say about the human race, sister?
Well, that goes with like our USA flag,
right? Because I pledge the allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. But
yes, but it goes like with the USA flag because we have every kind of race here,
right?
And it's like I'm tired of hearing, if it's not two people, I'm tired of hearing black. and white?
Right.
Like, what about Puerto Ricans?
Right.
What about Ecuadorians? What about Colombians? You know, we are one race.
Right.
I'm tired of it because they trying to do the same thing in Puerto Rico with the dark Puerto Ricans and the lighter Puerto Ricans. They trying to do that. And I went to the Senate. I remember when I went to the Senate to fight with Hurricane Maria victims, and I remember a guy named Nelson A. Dennis. Right. He wrote the book Puerto Ricans at War, Colony and Terror.
Right.
And there it will tell you that they trying to cause a revolution. Right. It's not no race stuff. They just want you to see the color.
Right.
And it's not right. I don't think it's right that is
the conquistadors.
This administration is pushing on that, because every time I look at their news, it's like talking about black and white and promoting all this. You could post whatever. You could post somebody killing somebody in Facebook and it's okay.
Yeah.
But when you post something that is real, they don't want to listen. So that's how I know I'm real. Yep. That's how I know how true I am, that they like ignoring all my posts all the time.
You can post people getting shot. I've had many Facebook posts that were sent to me that, you know, that the recording was going on.
Fact check.
Yeah.
Check yourself.
Yeah.
I'm saying the facts.
I'm saying the facts. Joe Biden, he ain't shit. Your crime bill, I'm going to keep bringing up that crime bill because Donald Trump ain't
it's the crime bill. The crime bill is messed up. Like, literally, nobody's going to jail. You seen how that little 12-year-old boy got killed by the guy that came out of jail? No. He came out of jail. He came out on parole and went straight to his ex-girlfriend's house. Right. And when he started stabbing her, the son comes in the front and he stabs the son. And Major Adams says, and the sad part about it is that he's going to come out in 24 hours. Exactly what he said. It came out to be true. And also...
And that's the bail reform, like, you know...
2023.
It's horrible.
It's been since 2019 when my son got his tooth knocked out.
Right.
That was Bill... Blasio and Cuomo. De Blasio and Cuomo
with
did
the bail reform. But you know what? Sometimes, you know what? It's crazy that, like, sometimes...
And the president can change it and he's not doing nothing.
No, he can't change that because it's local.
What you mean local? But when it happens to their family and it happens to their politicians, guess what? They go to jail. But when it happens to one of us, what? No justice?
Right.
Well, it had to happen to a cop for them to say, yo, we need some justice. You need to get these people back. They hit a cop.
Yeah.
Oh, but what happened with the people that hit my son?
Right.
And he was just 13 years old.
Right.
A 23, 22-year-old boy knocked his tooth out. And there was no justice. And I've been crying. I say, watch. Time is going to go on, and when it reaches your house, that's when you're going to believe what I'm saying out my mouth. 2019. Right. Those are the blue states, brother.
Yeah.
Because the red states, everybody going to jail on the red states.
Yeah,
but the reform, they are. And you could hold a gun on the red states because they like defend your family as much as you can.
But I'm going to say this. I was in a red state last year seeing my moms, and I was smoking weed in a hotel in South Carolina, and I was not supposed to be smoking the weed. The house attendant knocked on the door. I had to open the door, and she was like, I'm tired of you fucking New York niggas coming down here with that bullshit. We calling the cops. I had to grab all my shit out the hotel.
What?
Lost my refund down there and had to go find another hotel while my sister is visiting my mom's. My sister, I'm 50. My sister is 56. My sister still bullies me. And I had to find a place in South Carolina. And then when I looked up the charge, they said that you can get a year in jail for marijuana in South Carolina. I don't fucking want to live down there. You know, so it's like, it's the pros and cons of the red state. Yeah, I could carry me a shotgun, an AR-15 in the red state. But if you get caught with weed, your ass is going to jail too.
Yeah, but I
can stand my ground in the red state, but in New York City, I'm supposed to walk away. Like,
I'd rather protect myself, and I'm a Democrat, so I have to protect myself. I am planning to move out of the city because I'm also looking at the Bible and it says move out of the cities because what's what's going on in the stores now, it can happen in your home and we don't have no protection.
Yeah.
How are we going to support? How are we going to protect ourselves?
That's sad. That's effed up. And
the Democrats, they got their own freaking
security
guards and everything. They got protection. They got the money to hire securities to die for them. We don't have nothing, and they taking everything from us. Who are we gonna hire?
And it's crazy because the pros and cons of bearing an arm, it's just very unfair, I think, in the state of New York that you get 3.5. Even if your first offense, if you get caught with a loaded handgun, it's like, wait a minute, what about me defending myself? Thank God for those federal judges that did say that you do have a right to bear arms, but that also come with, you better have money to have you a great constitutional lawyer that can argue that case. It is the law, but you gotta have a great lawyer that's a constitutional lawyer that can fight that case and get your ass off. How many more maths? Tune in next week. I thank you for my guest, Jacqueline Amaro. You know, she didn't get a chance to sing because I always ask her to sing because I love when she sings. But this is Black Raspberry Radio. This is S.STREET Goddamn Media. Live 365.com. I'ma say it to you Negroes, you Caucasoids, you Indians, you Arabs, all you people across the whole damn planet, you 7 billion people. This is Black Raspberry Radio. This is S.STREET Media Radio on live 365.com. Peace out, y'all. Peace.